326 miles. That's how far it is from Pittsburgh to Washington, D.C. Is that a long way? For some people, that's a very long way. For others, that's hardly getting started. Why would anyone do this? This trip is 10 years in the making. In the summer of 2001, I was about to graduate from the University of Pittsburgh. I was an honors student. I had traveled around the world. I was dating an amazing woman and had scores of friends. I was already a working freelance writer. I had become the man I had always wanted to be. And then, 2 weeks after I graduated, it was September 11th. Everything died that day. We were a country at war. All the values I cherished, peace, patience, understanding, suddenly had no meaning. 2 weeks after the attacks, the newspaper I wrote for, in Pittsburgh Weekly, folded. I was no longer a writer. My relationships decayed and fell apart. I had only a part-time job in an office with no windows, no money, no future, and the world was in chaos. That's when I first heard of the Great Allegheny Passage and Canal. It was a new trail, untested, but I had to see it for myself. More importantly, I had to escape, to take a break from the world, and the passage made sense. After all, my grandmother lives outside of Washington, D.C., and my family gathers in Silver Spring, Maryland every year for Thanksgiving. I didn't have much time off work, only 3 days, but I would bike as far as I could. My dad volunteered to pick me up. However far I got in those 72 hours, he would meet me and take me to my grandmother's house. It was one of the hardest things I had ever done. I was out of shape. I didn't have the proper equipment. What's more, it was November in Pennsylvania. The days were cold. Night fell at 5 p.m. Restaurants and hotels were closed. Eeriest of all, it was hunting season. And then there was the landscape, the endless autumnal wasteland, empty and sad. But I kept going. I biked for 3 days straight until I arrived in Cumberland, Maryland, halfway to D.C. When my dad found me, I was exhausted. I was as sad as I had ever been in my life. But I was also grateful. Grateful for a break from the world. Grateful for the silence after so much noise. It was a luxury that few, at that time, had. Now it's 10 years later. I'm a different person. The world is different. And it's time to finish the passage. For me, this year has been the year of physical challenge. The polar bear plunge, the Frigid 5 race, the Pittsburgh half marathon. But the passage is more than a double dog dare. The passage is personal.